The market bends beneath his flame. Fear and greed run through the wire. Candles climb and then expire. Our edges cut from the profile, sharp and clean by every buyer. Markets move, they twist and swing. Every tick can burn or bring. Ryan keeps calm, he trusts his thing. The charts tell him everything. But when T1 makes ding, 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 the futures spread their hidden wing, and he is ready for anything. Vic's still looking like a restless king. Fear and greed run through the wire. Candles climb and then expire. Our edges cut from the profile, sharp and clean by every buyer. Fear and greed run through the wire. Candles climb and then expire. Our edges cut from the profile, sharp and clean by every buyer. Fear and greed run through the wire. Candles climb and then expire. Our edges cut from the profile, sharp and clean by every buyer.
Every tick matters. Without a plan, you will be left behind. Start each day with our NQ and S&P 500 Futures Daily Plan. Key levels, setups, and scenarios mapped out before the bell. Backed by weekly insights across crypto, gold, and more. Join us on Substack today. Conquer the markets.
Hey, everybody. Welcome. Happy Wednesday. Happy FOMC. Hope you guys are doing good. It's another amazing day. You know, I got to tell you, you know how Trump does that the winning dance? Look at this face. You know, see how fucking tired I am? I'm tired of winning. These plans are so good. So good. I don't know what's wrong with y'all. And it's just $2.50 a day. I challenge anybody right now. Find somebody who's as good as this shit as me, technical analysis wise. I'll throw them $1,000. I guarantee you can't find it because these plans are so freaking good. It's ridiculous. So sorry to be a little cocky about it, but man, just get so tired of seeing everything play amazing. I mean, I love it. Don't get me wrong, but damn. All right. So let's get right into it. Sorry, I had to just do that because, man, it's just every day these things are spot on. So even with FOMC, our levels were super respected. And I got to say, I was very impressed. I mean, FOMC was pretty muted. I got to be frank. I expected some serious volatility. But with that being said, we didn't really have anything happen that we didn't know about. We knew they weren't raising rates. We knew they weren't lowering rates. It's going to kind of stay right where it was at. The only thing that was going to bust a move was if Powell said anything hawkish or dovish when he spoke at 2:30, which he clearly didn't. We got a little juke action, and we played some serious levels right from the trade plan, of course, actually to the tick. And we're going to get into that, which is just insane. And, you know, more than likely, we're going to talk about what we're going to do now because it's just the same old shit. You know what I mean? We're just going up. We just got to figure out what to buy. I actually wasn't going to talk about this at all, but we should probably talk about some metals and a few other things because the dollar is just getting raped right now because Trump can't keep his mouth shut. And, you know, it is what it is. So we'll get into that here shortly. And so first and foremost, if you're not following me already, please do across all these socials, YouTube, Substack, X, and TradingView. Got some cool indicators on there. I actually spent most of the day coding today. I'm going to get some stuff out to you guys soon. I mean, I probably have spent 4 or 5 hours today, and I spent another 2 or 3 last night. So I'm going to be releasing some new shit for you guys here real soon. I think you'll be real excited about that, and I'm excited to give it to you guys. So it'll be fun. I like to see people do their thing. Actually, in one of the things that I forgot to take a copy of today, and we will get into it, was our 80% rule. It played out perfect. And so I will have to just pull the Discord over for that. And I'm actually just reminded myself of that as we were talking. That is a fantastic trade, guys. If you guys are Substack subscribers and you don't have this indicator, you are screwing up bad, because this thing is super tits. I mean, anytime you get a trade or a setup that is 80%, which means you win 8 out of 10 times, you got to take it. I mean, you have to take it, and it's crazy. So far, we've taken this thing every single time. I don't think it's lost once. Now, I'm waiting for that time to happen, but so far it hasn't happened. So if you are a subscriber, please hit me up on a DM just via Substack, and I will get you guys all penciled in for that. There's quite a few indicators on there, actually. So I'll have some new stuff for you, too, that I'm working on, and that's going to be great. And so let's get on to the winning, shall we? Because that is what we are doing. Let's go. All right. So first off, yesterday during the, what you want to call it, the post-market breakdown, these things, we talked about how we were using this 70-16-50 as big resistance. And I was like, oh, we got this bullish and balanced around 70-26. Don't worry, they're going to get it. Well, this was last night before bed. We touched it last night before bed. They actually went a lot higher than this. They went all the way into the 40s, but I just thought it was ironic because we talked about it. This was our upper side target. We got it. Boom, right? Gunsmoke. So that was cool. That was awesome. I like that a lot. And this level is going to come into play once again when we get into this whole thing. Sorry, guys. I am like running low on fuel today. For those of you guys who know me personally, and my dad has actually just had his hip replaced for the 3rd time. He's 86 years old. He's in Indianapolis for surgery, which is where I'm at now. The whole reason I moved from Chicago. So I've been taking care of my pops. I've been by his side a lot, and now he's in a rehab center that's real close to my house. So my mom was here at 5:30 in the morning, and then I went to my dad's, and just exhausting. So yeah. So anyways, so that's why I'm over here sipping coffee, looking for some go-go juice. So that is the deal with the bullish imbalance from the yesterday's target. So let's go ahead and just get into the title for the day. And I'm just going to go ahead and zoom in here. Let me move this down so it's a little bit bigger. But as usual, the title calls it all. It's crazy. It's like, all you got to do is read the damn title. So S&P 500, FOMC volatility. It was quite muted today, but that's okay. Breaking down the 70-42 call wall and the 70-16-50 support flip. Well, if you guys remember, I just said that was the resistance, which I played from the top down. Good stuff. So figured I'd point this out. For those of you who noticed this, awesome. Pointed out in the room, but I thought it would be important for you guys to see just how amazing these options levels are that Rob actually came up with. This is Rob's proprietary calculation, guys, that I put out every morning. This guy's, I mean, I don't think, if you guys don't know who Rob is, he's kind of Rain Man. Dude's a mathematician. He's got his MBA from Yale in mathematics. He actually worked at the Air Force and with NASA making lasers for the Star Wars division, making lasers for starships and satellites and shit. The guy is brilliant. So anyways, this is Rob's proprietary calculation for the option stuff. I mean, the guy is an absolute math genius. And as you can tell, these options levels are stellar. So again, we started the day off with a potential range of 66 points, leaving 31 points in the tank. And then as you can see down here, it's kind of cut off, but it says the trend is up and this is a buy the dip day. Okay. So I wanted to point this out. This is the ETH range. It actually expanded a little bit into 70 as this day went on, but you'll notice that we started the day with a 66-point range. Look what we did. 65.75. Incredible. Again, another Rob calculation, by the way. Thank you, Rob. Amazing the way you figured out the math on this. Love that. Also, this was the ETH range, and this was the RTH range. So you'll see that we had a current daily range for the cash session of 52 points. We did 53.75. So we did just a little bit over 100% of the range, which was perfect, man. Perfect. Great job, Rob. Big pats on the back, dude. You make my life so much easier with your amazing math. So love that stuff. Just wanted to give you big props, bro, because you don't hear it enough for sure. So the first thing that we're going to talk about is the very first support level in the trade plan. Very first one, guys. I mean, this is crazy. So much winning. So here we go. This is our big resistance from yesterday. This is our 70.16. We popped above it. Obviously, as I said, we came into the 40s area. We have our big call wall here, but our immediate support, 70.13.25 through 70.20. So here we go. We had this 4 hour here that wasn't my, what I was actually after, but we did have the options pivot. We had the daily and we had the 13 1 hour. The context was the 1650 was yesterday's highest resistance, now likely support, right? So we want to see this 1650 play, get back above 20 to know the buyers have stepped in, and use the 1850 yesterday's high as a marker. Well, look at this. This thing played absolutely perfect right at the open. It actually took us up 15 points. This isn't the full view. It went right to where my arrow was. I think it went to like 35 or 36 from 16. It was great. And the other thing that I didn't actually take a picture of is after this played and pulled back, the 1325 played and then came right back to the open. So it played for 10 points too. So all of these levels, literally every single one played in sequence. It was like a beautiful orchestra of money-making material. It was amazing. So this was a really nice way to start the day. Considering we opened right here. Actually, we opened here at the open, but we just kind of fiddle-fucked around and popped up. And it was, I'll be honest, it was kind of hard to get on this initially because SPX was gapped way up. So, we were in the middle of white space and we kind of really needed it to pull back. But so it gave me the concept that this was going to be okay for a little play, but probably not for the long haul. So the other thing that we were looking at, and let's just get into this before we go any farther here. Take a look here. Once again, VIX. You guys know this is my boo thing, right? VIX is great. You guys, I hope you guys are watching this. This is so important. The 1650 or the 1561 pivot again is this weekly here, guys. We held the supports yesterday at 1568. As you see, they got pretty close yesterday at yesterday's low. Kind of gave us a little pop. And so we're going to use that for the above or below. And again, think about it this way. If we push above 1561, we may get a slight headwind. I didn't say it was going to get destroyed. I said a slight headwind. And that's exactly what we got. We got a slight headwind. It peeled off most of the morning session only to get bought back again. The idea was if as long as it's up here, but it's below the major pivot, we're going to have a little headwind, but nothing to be concerned about unless we pop this 1744, 1762. So the word slight came into play and it was slightly perfect, right? And so that was pretty awesome. And I'm just going to go ahead and show you what the day looked like afterwards. Oh, that's the wrong one. Let's see. Here we go. Kind of get an idea. So we ended up pushing above this, right? That was our 1651. And then that was essentially the push down for the morning. And then we came back down below it. And again, it is still our big major pivot for tomorrow, guys. So keep a reminder of this on VIX. To be quite frank, I am not expecting this to do much tomorrow. I think we will potentially grind up based on what I saw again, but we will talk about that when we're done going over the trade plan. So that is the good part. Okay, so then we peeled off most of the day. I wasn't looking for shorts because why would I? Obviously, I'm not crazy, right? So, shorts got paid. Don't get me wrong, at least for the morning until Powell came on the horn, right? So then what did we have after that? Well, let's just look here. So the next level in the trade plan that I liked and even called it out in the room, we had a 4 hour level here. We had a 1 hour level. We had a high, an RTH high or a daily high here. That was our untested 4 hour level at 69.95. We had a 4 hour, 1 hour leg to the high. This was a big deal for me, guys. This was the first 4 hour leg that took us all the way to the high. It was a sub leg, but it does not matter because it was so important. This was the one that I was really after, a super juicy trade. And this is, you can see right in the actionable setup, I'd like to see 69.95 playing. We want to see it reclaim the significant 4 hour at 7,002, which is this green line, and then get back above 7,004 and taking profits around 16. Okay. As you can see, they held this thing so many times, and actually they front ran it a few times and they played around. This all happened during FOMC, which I obviously, as you guys know from the trade plans, that I do not trade this crap. I am happy with missing this session. I get my little 1 or 2 trades in before, and then I beat it. I'm gone. I let all the junkies trade this madness, right? So as you can see, we came down in here 1, 2, 3 times we held, and we ended up actually popping up into the 16. I just cut it short so that for visual purposes. And I really just wanted you to see how effective and how much this level held. And I was really proud of this level because this was actually the level that I was resting down here to buy. I mean, I could show you in the Discord, but I mean, it was just crazy how many times I wanted to buy that. So the other thing, and this is a little out of sequence. I know that I actually did this a little bit backwards here. So check this out. Our 80% rule triggered on the way down. On the short, on the way there, our 80% rule triggered, which is something I talk about all the time. If you don't know what it is by now, you should go to my Substack and look. I did a full post on it, and pretty much every post-market breakdown prior to this, we talk about it because it's like one of our best setups. So this is one of the indicators that I have that alerts you guys, the subscribers, that this actually has confirmed the entry was 70.1350. Okay. And then not too long after that, I mean, they just basically, as soon as this thing went off, boom, entries. We hit the target pretty freaking fast. Target hit 7,005, right? So it actually went much lower than that. It actually went to 95. So this played really for like almost 20 points, but it was really about 10 points if you took the trade for what it was, the actual setup off the 80% rule, which ended up being a phenomenal trade. There was a lot of guys in the room who took that. There's pretty much everybody in the Discord room has this indicator. And so we're all looking for it. We're all like, oh, it fired. Oh, it may fire. It might fire. It's funny because I don't ever hear anybody talk about this trade ever. And now that I have like really been pushing it, I got built an indicator for it, the whole 9 yards. Guys in the Discord room, they're looking for it. They're like, oh, did we open outside of value? Yesterday's value? Like, oh, and I love it because now it keeps me on point. Now I'm looking at it. The whole reason I built this indicator is because a lot of times you miss this type of stuff, right? So this was a really nice trade setup that we had here. And, it was awesome. So that was good stuff here. So that's fun. The last but not least, let's talk about this one. So check this out. This is super juicy. Where are we at here? Boom. So here you go. Here's the next buy. And why am I only looking at buys, you guys? Why? Because we're going up, right? I don't look for shorts when we haven't lost on any time frame. We're up on the 4 hour, the daily, the 1 hour. We haven't lost on anything. I see guys getting short in the room. They made money, cool, but whatever. But that ain't me, right? I ride with trend and I buy. If we haven't lost support, I'm all long, right? And if we all have lost support, I'm all short. I don't care. It's just how it works, right? But here is what is up right here. Significant weekly, 69, 77, 75. This is my RTH daily chart right here, you guys, so you can take a look on how I see it, right? The actionable setup. This played multiple times from the bottom. And to ensure this trade goes, we want to see it play and get back above 86 and most importantly, 89. It could squeeze nicely. 89 is the daily that we played yesterday. As you can see here, played perfect for the long. We took it all the way to the 70.16, which basically took us to all-time highs. So now that we wicked and came below, we 77. We need to reclaim 89. Did they do it? You're damn right they did it, and it played to the tick. And I swear to God, so much winning is pathetic. All right. So sorry. I just get it's like this shit not only fires me up, but man, you guys should be eating these trade plans alive. Like seriously. And the fact that I'm getting ready to take away this 30-day free day thing, that shit is too much. That's way too much goodness for everybody, especially since nobody's really taken advantage of it like I thought. We've probably had about 50 people take advantage of the 30 days free, but man, I figured there'd be hundreds. So, hey, you guys don't want it? It's out of here. I'm taking it off. So check this out. Here we go. Weekly support right here. Here it is on the 1 hour. Same trade. Look at this touch. Amazing. 69.77. Popped us something incredible. Almost 50 freaking points. This thing popped us at the end of the day, right? 5 o'clock, 1600. 15 or almost 50 points, maybe 45, 50 points, something like that. Absolutely phenomenal to the tick. Again, once again, to the tick. Amazing stuff. So, I got nothing to say but good stuff about my own work. I love it. It's fucking great. So here's the other thing that I wanted to show you guys. So as you know, in the trade plans, I always put the SPX in here, right? Because I'm watching it constantly. And what do we notice here, right? This area here, look at this. Look at this big ass box, all-time high leg down. This is my weekly line with the gray or the purple dashed 69, 66, 28. Well, I wonder what happened with that today. Oh boy, let's find out, shall we? Here we go. I went ahead and just truncated this because we don't need to see it all. All we need to know is the weekly held, and it looks like we could push back up. Now, will they? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what the morning brings. We'll see where we open up. But this was a very, very large weekly that held. It is the all-time high leg down support, and they held. And so this looks like some serious acceptance of value here to me. So we'll see what tomorrow brings as they digest the information from FOMC and as we continue to move forward. So I'm looking forward to tomorrow after the dust settles here in the evening time and really just kind of figure out what we need to look for. And, I'm just going to pull this RTH daily back down just to show you guys what's up. Okay. So here's the deal. And I'm not going to go any farther than this. And we're just going to call it an early day here. We played this weekly. It is the previous all-time high leg down. This is our massive daily support right here. This is a big boy, right? It's huge, right? So, this has the potential to send us back to new all-time highs. If you guys read the trade plan, you would know that I also said that we made a new all-time high in Globex. They will not leave that in the cash session. That is an absolute target, and that is an absolute guarantee. That will not remain untested. I can promise you that. So be looking for a new all-time high at some point. I don't know if it's going to happen today or next week, but that will not stay untested like that. That is coming. So anywho, with that being said, this is what we need to be looking for. We have no untested higher time frames until we come back down to 69, 64, which I absolutely love. And then we have 69.35 that's much lower. But we really, really, really want to stay above the 69.77 to continue our progression. And, of course, monitor our big 70.16 spot, which, of course, you guys, it's in the title for a reason. It's important, okay? So I don't put this shit in here for my benefit. I put it in there for you. So, some of these levels that I'm pointing out, you should just keep them on your chart, especially if you see that they're red like this. Just keep them on your chart. There's a reason they're red, because it's significant, okay? Like, after years and years of trading one asset and one asset only, I have become a master of one, and that is ES, okay? And I know this thing like I know the back of my hand. And so if you want to mark levels on your chart, keep the ones that are in red, and the ones that are pink, you're going to want to keep those too. So anyways, that's the cue for tomorrow. We'll see what happens. My guess is we could certainly continue to drift higher in the overnight session. Once again, we are limited on 4-hour support. And so as much as I'd love to get long in the Globex session, that big wick down from the 4-hour to the weekly actually kind of wiped a lot of stuff for me. And so I need to wait and see for an in-process trade. But this certainly gives me the more up vibes coming off of that weekly level there. So you can see right now that this is already making great progression off this weekly, and we closed nice and green today. And even though, and I'm just going to point this out, even though we did not close above 70.1650 on the cash session, they absolutely did close above it once again, just barely, but they closed above it on the ETH session, remaining the bullish strength, keeping the bullish strength intact. If that did not happen, I would be a little questionable, but it did happen. And so, in my opinion, we're just going to continue to cruise higher. Stay tuned for the trade plan tomorrow, as we will figure out where we're going to open and what we're going to buy, because that's really what it's come down to at this point. We haven't lost on any time frame. Now we've got a weekly at our back, and so we could just grind higher tomorrow. I would say, and this is just based off of pure experience. More than likely, we will be negative volume, relative volume tomorrow, as we are sitting at all-time highs. This happens all the time when we get to all-time highs, and they just grind. And so expect another grind day tomorrow. I just feel it coming as we just are going to continue to grind with more up. And so with that being said, I will have the trade plans to you first thing in the morning. Check the link in the profile. My favorite statistics platform is Edgeful, and every single one of their things got filled today. And I know there was some volatility, so whatever. So of course they got filled, but spot on, Edgeful. Congratulations. They are removing their 7-day free trial at the 1st of February, just like I'm going to do. I'm getting rid of that shit because it's so good. They don't need to give it away. Sounds like somebody else I know. So with that being said, I will see you guys same time, same channel tomorrow for the post-market breakdown. And we will also get you the trade plans in your inbox for 8:30 tomorrow. I believe there's some red tag news. Let me take a look. Let me see if we're expecting to shake tomorrow. We are. We have unemployment claims at 8:30. So I will make sure that I get you this trade plan before this happens so that you guys can be prepared. Have an excellent, excellent evening. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Cheers. Let's conquer these markets.